I am James, but you can call me Kid, like it says on the thing, Kid Walker. I'm here to. Um, I want to say I found a solution to the omnipotence paradox, but I'm not going to call it a solution because I found three theories that can actually put it into a paradox. But not just going to say that I found the answer, but like this video is directed towards one who put out a video called solving the omnipotence paradox. Now, out of 29 years, I've never heard of this question before in my life. Before I came upon Mathew Santoro's page, good guy, and you should go check out his page if you like what he has. Subscribe to it and all that other good stuff. But it goes like this. He was the first person to ever bring it across my mind. All right, because when I watched it, it was like the second thing he talked about. It was the omnipotence paradox, and he simply asked the question in layman's terms: can God create a rock that he can't lift? Okay, now before I answer this question with my logic and my theories, I'm going to put out a disclaimer and a message towards the person who put out the video solving the omnipotence paradox. Weyoun 6, Weyoun, Roman numeral, capital V, capital I, Roman numeral 6. His conclusion was that maybe and maybe not, but you have to break down the logic. Now, my disclaimer before I go any further onto this topic is the fact that I am an asshole. Okay? I'm not going to sugarcoat that shit because I just might eat it. But, yeah, I'm an asshole. Okay? I'm going to flaunt what's better than you, but I'm not going to make it obvious. Okay? And, honesty is colorful. Just like my language. Okay? If my language could be personified as a homosexual, who I have so much respect for, and the whole thing about them coming out the closet with their sexuality, if my language could do that, it wouldn't come out the closet quiet, conserved, shy, and worried about acceptance. No, it's having a 10-year fucking parade around the world, flaunting that shit, making sure that everybody knows. Okay? Honesty is colorful. So is my language. Hint, hint. Okay? Now, where is my drink? Nah, don't need it. Yeah, okay, I see it. Now, back to the matter at hand. Can God create a rock that he cannot lift? First and foremost, God doesn't have a face, race, or gender. That's just what I believe. That's what I've come to know as fact. But my answer is yes. Okay? There is no, because with omnipotence you can overcome that temporary lapse of omnipotence. That's what people are limiting their imaginations to. They limit themselves to just human bounds. Because that's pretty much how we've lived in this entire time. We are the personification of the entity that created us just in a human form. So we have a limit to our omnipotence, which includes our imagination. Now, there's a box that people think in, and there's a bigger box outside of that box. If you climb out of both of those boxes, like I did, try not to fall on your head like I did, okay? And just get as far away from that box as possible. Now, with omnipotence come unlimited power, knowledge, wisdom, strength, all this good stuff, alright? So you can actually personify the power and the strength of God to infinity. But when God creates a rock 5 times his own strength limit, which is infinity, so 5 times infinity, which is 5 infinity. Is that possible? Yeah, it's possible, alright? Because if you can put a limit to your imagination, you can put a limit on infinity, which is forever. But then you multiply that by 5, Okay, better yet, we're not even going to use the infinity factor. All right, we're going to use Dragon Ball Z as a reference to dumb this down and relate this to the lowest common denominator. Um, okay, and there are certain elements about the show that I will be using as references to part of the solution in the theories. But the first theory that I have on solving this paradox is that, okay, let's just put it like this. You're God, and you have a power level of 12. You create a rock, which you need a power level of 100 to lift and remove from your sight, or just get off your front porch. Now, my third favorite theory on this is so far-fetched, but I have to put this in there. Non-existence comes from existence. So, when you, as God, with a power level of 12, multiply your strength by 10 by going Super Saiyan on that ass, you multiply your strength by 10, thus giving you ample power to lift that rock up off your porch. Okay, because what do you think happens with Goku when he goes Super Saiyan? Goku has never came across an opponent that he could not defeat, not even Cell. Goku could have whooped the shit out of Cell. He could have fucked him up, like, royally. But he made sure that his son surpassed him in order to give his son the glory, give his son that legacy. Okay? Even though he lied and said, no, I'm not strong enough, blah, 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 blah. Bullshit. Goku could have beat Cell's ass with one hand tied behind his fucking back. But he let his son do it because that's what a real parent is supposed to do. Now, when Goku goes Super Saiyan, what do you think happens? Well, you already know what happens. His power level multiplies. Alright, now, you're God. And you created all these people who created this show, who come up with this idea of a power that you have long since forgot that you had. So you use this power of going Super Saiyan. Well, that's how I'm going to relate it. I'm not going to sit there and just say amplify the power. No, that's the best way to relate it is by going Super Saiyan, okay? Because, yeah, I've seen this video of some cracked out white bitch saying, I'll go Super Saiyan on that ass while beating on a goddamn McDonald's drive-thru window. Yeah, people use shit like that nowadays. And I'm using it right here to refer to the lowest common denominator, or translate it, this paradox to the lowest common denominator. You have a power level of 12. That rock needs a power level of 100 to lift. You multiply your power by 10 by going Super Saiyan, you have a power level of 120. Rock gone, alright? That's my third favorite theory on how to solve this problem, or this paradox. My second favorite theory is fusion. Okay? Now, in order to create or to act on fusion, you have to have more than one entity. But you're God. You can do anything and everything that you want. So that means that you can create a clone of yourself with equal wisdom, power, and strength, right? Right. Now, when you fuse together, like in Dragon Ball Z, you are going to multiply your strength and quite possibly square the sum of the multiplied strength by itself. Alright, so you're going to multiply your strength and quite possibly take that final result of the multiplied strength and times it by itself, thus giving you ample power. Okay, I don't know how the fusion technique works or how it displays the power upon the Saiyans and stuff like that, but you're God, you have a power level of 12, you clone yourself, and your clone has a power level of 12 as well. You fuse together instead of just merge together. Okay, because if you merge together, you're just going to create a power level of 24. But when you fuse together, you create a power level of at least 144, which is more than just going Super Saiyan on that ass. So, you have more than enough power than you did before to get that rock off your fucking front porch. That's theory 2, okay? Now, theory 3 is just the cloning part, okay? There is no fusion. This is my favorite theory upon this because this is how I believe the origin of my belief came to be. Is that when the one entity created that rock, when you created the rock that you needed a power level of 100 to get rid of off of your porch, instead of creating just enough to get the rock off your porch, you created 11 more of yourself, giving you a collective power level of 144. Yet again, just like if you were fused with one of your clones. Now, imagine if you were able to fuse all these clones together. No, 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 we're not even going to go that far. All we're going to do is just take these 12 U's, work in unison to get the rock off the front porch, and then live in unison afterwards. All right. Now, each of these theories can be debunked, which is what I'm actually hoping that somebody does. Okay. That way, I can actually put further breaking of knowledge or of logic into what they have rebutted against me. So, if there's somebody out there who is at a higher level of intellect than I am, come on, prove me wrong. I'm waiting patiently for somebody to actually go out there with a dick in their hand and say, hey, here's where you got that fucked up. Alright? Now, this is, again, directed towards the one known as Weyoun, capital V, capital I. Because he's the one that actually inspired me to make this video. But, yeah, that's pretty much like the three theories that I have come up with to actually put an end to the paradox. Is that you, one, just will your strength to beyond that of the rock. Two, you clone yourself and then fuse, not merge, fuse with yourself to get rid of the rock. Because you can either pick it up and destroy it, or you can pick it up and remove it, or you can just destroy it. Alright, but you can actually use the merge technique consistently until you're at a power level that is probably greater than just fusing, one clone with one U. So yeah, there's many different ways to go about solving this paradox. It's just the fact that you have to have an open mind that can defy the limitations of common logic, right? Because common sense isn't common unless it's just not common amongst everybody else. Everybody has their own form of common sense, and from what I figured out is that the higher the intellect, the more common sense that person is going to use. So, I don't know how to sign off from these videos, but I will ask you to share this video around. That way, it can just, probably and enlighten the mind of somebody else who has a different theory on the solution, or has many more ways to prove me wrong. I am just patiently waiting for the day that somebody can prove me wrong, or just, actually prove me right. But, there's going to be more videos featuring my mug. Even though I may look like a damn bum who dresses poorly or whatever, come on, you just heard everything I say. You just listened to everything I said if you made it this far inside of the video. So you might as well like it. You don't have to subscribe to the page because there's not too much up in there yet. But you could if you want to. I don't care what you do. But there are some people that I do have to give thanks to. The guy who this video is directed towards, capital Weyoun, space, capital V, capital I. Okay? He's the one that inspired me to create this video, and then it was Mathew Santoro, Santoro, who actually brought the paradox to my attention. I am very appreciative to you, Mr. Santoro. Alright? And I hope you do find a cure for your baldness. But, until then, just do you. Okay? You got Kermit out here sipping on iced tea, saying that's none of my business. Meanwhile, I'm over here sipping on my orange juice, saying that's you. Okay? Oh, I think I know how I'm going to sign off now. Yeah, I think I got it. Something my mom is still saying to this day. Don't talk the talk. Walk the walk.